Sick, wanting to move through the wall. Doesn't want to overextend. Nukkye already picking up Shahzam. This becomes so difficult for Sentinels to hold on.
Hey.
G2 just keep on coming. With only one player taken down, this pistol is so close to flawless. Sari advantage is great nade, satchel to pursue as well. But you don't want to get too aggressive here, Tom. That could play right into the hands of the Pistols, who are now right below him. Luckily, Nukkye is able to deal with that. And the important thing for me,
Able to just dash out of there, and especially after being tagged, I'm actually quite surprised he's sticking around. Avova is going to pick him off, leave a weapon in the backline, and keloqz has just found another onto Dapr. This bonus is looking incredible. They need TenZ to go huge. Luckily for him, he is, well, I was going to say he's going to be able to dismiss, but nukkye already behind him.
Yeah, he caught him, got right up in his face as he came out and dismissed him. What was a very weak round for G2. Spectres for the most part, a Marshall and a Sheriff, and they've only lost the pistol yet again. It's Zombs desperately trying to pull this one back.
Already Avova looking to try and lock this off. TenZ has managed to bypass the wall, but isn't able to connect the shots necessary. Mixwell is actually going to walk into two players and completely whiffs. Luckily, koldamenta is there with a triple. Again, looking like a relatively clean round for the side of G2's. Credit stacked up, and it's only really Zombs that can make this costly.
Yeah, with keloqz having the Marshall as well, he can potentially grab an upgrade to a rifle. I'm surprised he's staying way back in spawn, watching for the flank. The most important thing for me, though, but especially if keloqz doesn't save the rifle, any damage that Zombs can get from this point would be huge, because G2 have gotten away with near flawless rounds the whole way through, including their bonus. And if Sentinels get no damage done here, well, then you're going to be in a spot where it's going to be very hard to break G2's economy.
Yeah, of course, for Zombs, probably just going to try and take one with him, die to the spike. There's no real value in holding on to the Sheriff, and in fact, keloqz is going to pick him off in attacking side. We know that G2's always been strong in this attack, but this would be something different, and Shahzam's already dead. That was like 8 seconds in.
We talked about Shahzam's operator. Obviously, keloqz has bought up his own, and now he's the only operator left on the server, for the time being at least. A man advantage for G2, claimed by nukkye, who's still walking forward, looking for more victims and finding them. The nade onto the backside, and the Hunter's Fury, it will not connect for the kill, but the nade will. That is glorious for G2. 4 versus 2, and Sick can't even get a kill on the board. Again, it's Zombs left to 1v4 retaken. Oh, well, it doesn't look like he's going to get anything either. 4K out of nukkye. What if G2 had for breakfast this morning?
This is Sentinels playing, right? Like, I can't believe what I'm witnessing. I'm not even sure if nukkye's actually died yet. He's just been running riot. Every single aggressive player has been completely shut down. They're making the openers onto this site in particular look incredibly easy, and yeah, as I said, at the moment, this doesn't look like Sentinels.
We've had the conversation many times when it comes to the EMEA region.
Do have the flank being watched, though. keloqz is more than aware, and with that push coming through, it might start to make them hesitate a little bit whether they continue this push, but to be honest, they're continuing to find all the openers they could possibly need. They're just ripping apart this site. It may have been a stack, it may have been a flank, but, well, G2 just get through it, no problem.
This is an unbelievable start. I mean, Sentinels are looking hard nerfed. I wouldn't be surprised if coming out of this round, you get a pause out of this defensive side team, because I don't think I've ever seen them look this weak. The TenZ certainly should have been, because he has been shut down to start. Dapr pops off the Hunter's Fury, very little found, but keloqz so close to death, 26 HP as he dashes on out. And they've already burned up their heals, so it's going to be a while before he gets back up to full.
Yeah, although TenZ has gone down, they still have this bait and switch. You can see Sick has gone into a far more aggressive position than what we've seen before. It does seem like TenZ has started to be predicted quite often now by the side of G2, but with Mixwell falling, there seems like a chance, but nukkye's just on one today. Sick, as said, he's in a prime position to do a fair amount of damage, but now the showstopper comes through and catches him on the edge of the wall, leaving just 2 men standing for the side of Sentinels.
So well played so far by G2, and a 4v2 yet again. Dapr and Zombs, we've seen it so many times, but here's a successful start. Zombs left in the 1v3. keloqz still low, but he has that operator.
Watching G2 do this well, and not because it's like, oh, G2 hate
so hard on improving their game. And so far, it's been working out for them in this series as well. Shahzam connects the koldamenta, though. That's the pick that they needed. He's got all the blades back up, and that's the difference maker in a round like this, where they don't even have a rifle to play around.
keloqz already taking a lot of map control. I think Dapr will have heard him, so he's going to be wary of his flank and, oh, maybe not expecting keloqz to be that far forward. Sick needs to get something done, but he's going to hear the remaining players walking away. This could be a pretty big moment for him, but Mixwell's in the spawn. He's just sat all the way back, just ratting it as far as he can, and now they're going to try and put some pressure onto Zombs. Now, he popped his ultimate at the beginning of the round. Shahzam will close out the lurk, but he needs to get something done here. Luckily, this weapon at close range, it can work.
30 seconds left as they dive on in, but they've already bypassed him. Going up above as well, the site is now theirs. The res on a Dapr might not mean much if Zombs goes down, and he will. Walking out of the Viper's pit and being dropped straight away. Man advantage no longer in their favor. Shahzam wants to get the opening, but does he know that right up above is Mixwell, waiting to catch Dapr as he comes on through. There's the kill for Shahzam, and Sick manages to save his life. Now they should have their first round, unless nukkye has got something to say about it, and he doesn't. Welcome to the scoreboard as Sentinels hit one.
It took them quite a bit of time, and definitely one of the shakier rounds that we've seen.
For the flank play, holding it down, but might be caught on the cross, and he'll be on his way because Sick has already been taken down, but there it is. Shahzam trading it back, taking out the star player for G2 in this map so far. That could be a huge blow to the attacking side, but they have got the spike planted. Time is on their side, and as it ticks away ever faster, Sentinels need to make this B retake work. It hasn't been successful for them so far, but they haven't had this kind of weaponry in the past.
This is the Avova spot. This is one of those positions where he sticks in all the time. TenZ on a late flank, he's been spotted. They're expecting him now, but could act as a bit of a distraction. And quickly, Sentinels just dropped 3 players. It's left all onto Mixwell, and his burst through the screen is not going to achieve anything. Another solid retake.
At this point, they're going to start to reassess this. A little bit of back and forth. Oh, the Boombot gives away his position. He's being blast packed, but somehow he's able to get a kill from that position. Still alive now as Sentinels gain the man advantage, and there's so little time left. G2 are just being poked and pressured, and by the looks of it, taken down. Avova somehow able to stay alive. He's getting the spike planted. keloqz has come in with 2, and all of a sudden, it's down to Sick. He has to clutch this one out. No idea where Avova might have gone. The wrap could be in play, and he's about to get peeked out by keloqz on the op. This is so tough. He needs an opportunity to take a duel and a close shot, but a whiff. Now as the time ticks away, Sick is taken down easily. They reposition, they relaunched.
Well, that's what we're currently witnessing. Normally they're the team to win these 2v4s, 3v4s, 2v1s, whatever you name it. They're the ones to come out on top, and keloqz, he is on form. I mentioned him at the beginning of the series. Like, if they're going to have a good game, if they're going to be...
The answer is definitively no.
Yeah, they've also stacked up the remaining players. There's even one watching into mid just to try and hold off the flank. This is being perfectly played at the moment by Sentinels. They have them trapped, and G2 have to try and fight out. Mixwell, though, has been able to find one. And this could give them at least a little bit of space. The problem, though, is the spike is currently dropped all the way back towards 10. So he's called for that little bit of extra support. Shahzam, though, he misses his shot.
Yeah, he's going to be tagged up massively. Has to be so cautious about any future fights that he wants to take. Waiting for his teammates to rotate into position for G2.
30 seconds left.
Moving around to grab that spike's going to be pretty tough, and nukkye knows that he's about to run into a couple of players. TenZ shutting him down. A 3rd kill for that man in this round, and that pretty much cements the save for rotated in. So Shahzam, tries to get back, but he's caught on the cross. Sick left waiting in the sidelines. No res in play for them coming into this final round, and keloqz, he's forced back. He can't cover the plant, but we will have a Viper's Pit activated. That will buy them some space, but if Dapr can manage to find Mixwell here and grab a tag, that could have been huge. But instead, they're using it as a fake. They're running away towards the A site, just leaving keloqz here with a bulldog in hand. He's going to try to shut these guys down.
Oh, this is just the biggest bait of all time.
They've
actually watched in mid as well. They think that there's going to be players. The only problem here could be that they actually get caught from behind. nukkye, he's going back! TenZ is like, it must be going towards the B site. Sentinels are completely lost in this round, and now he's going to go running through the spawn, and nukkye just waiting for him. This is glorious from G2, leaving just Dapr standing to try and pull off a ludicrous clutch.
And he will not even get a moment to be a bit more aggressive than you'd normally expect, and it works out to take nukkye down, but the shock dart returns the kill.
still behind the screen. I think Mixwell has expected them to be a little bit further forward, so just waiting for the screen to go down to give them that little bit of extra space. They'll pop theirs back up, but it seems like G2 at the moment is still just looking back towards the A side, just in case there's been that fallout, that fallback. It's still going to be a pretty awkward spot. One being spotted will allow keloqz to try and reposition and take the battle, but Shahzam has taken out Mixwell.
That's huge. Viper utility for retake taken out, but so is Shahzam. It keeps on trading back in G2's favor. Sentinels need a big play, and with Zombs on 2 health, he's going to struggle to get anything done. Sick has to be the clutch man of the round. A 1v2, 10 seconds left, and very little that he can get done.
In on towards the A side. Spike actually leading the charge. It could be dropped, but instead, Sick will win himself the duel.
A lot bought up for Sentinels, and they're looking to get the value out of it. Plans coming through. Avova has the flank, but it's being watched. TenZ not able to connect Avova, even predicting the position correctly. Dapr up above will be slowed down, and nukkye is picking up doubles on the site. This is falling apart for Sentinels, an absolute disaster. Zombs tries to step it up, but he's so low he'll be dealt with easily, as will Dapr, and this is 11 for G2. Despite investment coming out of Sentinels, they get nothing done again. A spike plant, but at 11-3.
Can get rid of Dapr. There's a good chance.
Still no plan, just a constant harassment of utility coming towards Sentinels. They managed to trade it back and keep the man advantage out of the hands of G2, but only for a moment. Shahzam, the last alive, hunted down by keloqz to put it 12-3.
Biggest victory versus Sentinels on LAN on a map. Didn't have to think about that one for long, because they've only lost one other map. For now, though, Shahzam looking to try and change that, but the trades come back so thick and so fast. It's left all onto TenZ. He's giving it a damn good go, but down to 24 HP. He will heal up, and maybe he can keep them in it. It's him versus keloqz, the operator facing off against the Guardian, and keloqz will close it. A phenomenal map for G2 as they win 13-3.
What an incredible start to this series. G2 came up against F4Q, and they had completely shifted their play style. They had looked at everything that they could possibly do to improve, and they had even surpassed any expectation that I had. And coming into this series, we're seeing the same thing again. A phenomenal map, not just for G2 though, for keloqz. We talk about this young guy, we talk about the pressure he's under, and he finishes with a pretty good combat score.
376. We have been talking about the combat score of TenZ for the entirety of this tournament so far because he has been unstoppable. And he just got shut down by, well,